Hello there. Here's my official list of what I personally think are the 10 hardest levels in Fire Emblem 3 houses. This list is mostly based on my first playthrough of each of these levels. I gotta say, it was hard making this list as there were a lot of choices I seriously considered making for the list. I'll also base the list on if I still struggle on the levels. Alright, I'll shut up and get to the list, so without further ado, let's go. Number 10. You may look at this list and at first glance wonder why Rumors of a Reaper is number 10 on this list, and here's why. So what you do is go defeat the Death Knight. But would you believe it still takes me a good 4 to 5 tries to defeat him? In this level, of course, but that's besides the point. Now, I have defeated the Death Knight in one turn before, but that is really challenging to do. I find this all more annoying than hard, but you aren't beating this one first try. I know I didn't. Number 9. Tower of Black Wings. Our next battle takes us to Conad Tower. This time you take on Sylvain's brother, Miquelon. Starts off not too bad. But when Miquelon turns into a black beast, that's when the real fun begins. This creature is so powerful, he can defeat some of your units in one blow. I'm not kidding. So if you haven't leveled up your characters to at least level 15, you barely stand a chance. Trust me, I know. Number 8. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know about you guys, and some of you may disagree, but I freaking hate the Battle of the Eagle and Lion mock battle. Starts off not too bad, but after that turns into a complete madhouse by the end. I'm not kidding, because even on my best runs, I somehow still lose a few people every time. You're definitely not beating this one first try. I know I never did. Number 7. Typical that a final boss cracks the list, and the first of which being the one for Azure Moon. This final boss is nothing short of terrifying. Your characters are not good into defending themselves against magic, and I dare you to take a wild guess what a large amount of the 48 enemies consists of. Plus, the final boss's attacks in general are pretty strong too. Plus, when you are taking down the final boss, there are some enemy reinforcements that come and ambush you if you aren't paying attention. Sometimes you don't even see them coming, which makes things worse. But I have a strategy for this. Whatever you do, make sure Dimitri stays alive at all times. With his strength and power, he can take down the final boss completely on his own a few times. This is another level I know you won't win on your first go around. I never did. Number 6. Now we're getting to the levels I just straight up hate. So, on to the end of a dream, aka the Crimson Flower final boss. What you do is take down this dragon called the Immaculate One, which seems easy, but it's anything but easy. There's these golem statues, and they will not leave you alone either. Plus, all the enemies and attacks are pretty strong too. Plus, on top of that, parts of the ground are on fire too. And if that wasn't bad enough, the Immaculate One will center the entire camera on her at certain points. Makes you refocusing the screen and start what you were doing again. Believe it or not, Silver Snow version was no easier. It just might be harder, maybe, considering you don't get the help of Edelgard, Hubert, or the Death Knight in that level. Let's just move on. Number 5. I'm not kidding when I say some of these levels, especially the paralogs in the later half of the list, belong in a Kaizo hack. Like Marianne's paralog. Oh my god, are the best words to describe this level. So what you do is take down this wandering beast. But the problem is that there are tons of beasts hiding around in the fog. Plus, Marianne can be defeated in less than 4 hits. And the wandering beast is quite powerful as well. This one's easily the hardest original Golden Deer level in the game. This one is very, very troublesome. Number 4. Believe it or not, the final boss isn't the worst of Crimson Flower. No, that honor goes to Field of Revenge. The level literally right before that. So what you do is take down Dimitri, Saros, Dedue, Sylvain, and Mercedes. Problem is that Dedue can turn into a giant beast if you don't defeat him in time. Plus, the enemies never leave you alone either. And on top of that, all of them combined are pretty powerful too. This one is definitely not for the faint of heart. Number 3. You know, most of the DLC levels were too bad. Then I encountered a level so hard, I had to put it at number 3. This level is number 3 because of the following. Sorry. You have 17 turns to complete it. Plus, it may not seem like much, but you also have to deal with what feels like 80,000 enemies too. The next part is what really irritated me. You can't afford to lose any characters at all either. Otherwise, you lose. This level is absolutely brutal without good reflexes and or good strategizing at hand. Ugh. Let's just move on. Number 2. And we're back at Gronder Field. You thought the previous Gronder Field level was bad. You'd be right, but there's another Gronder Field level that's even worse. Starts off not too bad, but like the previous Gronder level, also turns into a complete madhouse after a while. Plus, while there's only 38 enemies combined, and yes, I counted, feels more like they brought 50 million of them. Also, like the previous level on this field, I always seem to lose a few characters even on my best runs. Believe it or not, the Verdant Wind version was no easier. It just might be hard since you deal with stronger enemies regardless. And believe me when I say that the number 1 pick absolutely deserves to be number 1. And now, the number 1 hardest Fire Emblem 3 Houses level is... This was by far the easiest decision to make on the list. I mentioned before, levels you need good reflexes, good timing, and or good timing. With Weather Veins of Fodlan, you get the worst of the bunch. So what you do is take down Baron Dominic, which isn't too bad, but it's what happens during that process that earns this level a top spot on the list. After the second turn, tons of enemies will go for Annette. And speaking of which, I am not kidding when I tell you, Annette will be defeated in 2 hits. No, I'm serious. 2 freaking hits. It didn't matter what I did. I managed to complete this level a few times, but either way, I lost a ridiculous number of times in the process. I'm dead friggin' serious when I say this level has even caused a game over a few times. And that was even after I beat this level. This level is so infuriating, and that's why this level is number 1. And that is all I have to say about that. Whew. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up this countdown. So, if you like the video, please be sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you want more. And as always, take care, and I'll see y'all next time.